one of the most easy ways to grow your YouTube channel, yet one of the most underutilized and seldom talked about is YouTube playlists. That's what we're going to talk about today. So thank you for joining me. My name is Ileane, and I'm with IleaneSmith.com. And here on the channel, we talk about YouTube, live video, and we also do tutorials on blogging and social media. But today we're going to focus on YouTube. You guys with me? Let's see who's with me. Let's see who we have in the chat. I appreciate anyone who shows up to the live stream. So first thing I like to do is give a shout out to Maverick Logue, Katie, and the Lounge Network, which is Carlos. And he always likes to say good morning, even if it's nighttime, because he and I are in the same time zone. By the way, I'm in Philadelphia, so you type in the chat and let us know where you are. Okay, YouTube playlist. First, I want to show you some of the stats from the playlist that I have on YouTube. And for that, I like to go over to one of my favorite ways to check my YouTube stats. And you guys have seen me talk about that here on the channel before. Oh, by the way, make sure you hit that little bell notification on the subscribe button so you can get notified, just like Carlos and Erdal or Ugar did, because I see Ugar just showed up as well. And we'll show the chat again in a minute. But right now, I want to go over to the YouTube Studio app, Creator Studio app. You see it says Studio here at the top left. And it's going to give you a general dashboard. Now, I've gone through this app before, but like I said, today we want to focus on playlist. So in order to get to your stats for your playlist, you're going to head over to the little hamburger menu. Then you'll go to Analytics. And then not the Overview tab or the Revenue tab. You'll skip over to this third tab here, which is Discovery. And it lets you know where your traffic is coming from on your channel and the top search terms. Now, here's one of the reasons why playlists are important, because people are searching for things on YouTube, and not only your videos are going to show up, but your playlist will show up as well. So here we go. At the bottom here, you see top playlist playing your content. Let's drill down into that and get a little bit more information. As I mentioned, I've been focusing a lot on YouTube tutorials, and I put together a playlist of all my tutorials. And here, lo and behold, that's one of the top playlists on my channel, as well as other people's playlists where my content is being watched. So I just want to make sure you guys understand that before I say hi to a couple more folks that have shown up in the chat. And let's pop over here. And before I show you guys how to make playlists. And Ugar, I was preparing for sleep, but now I'm watching you. Ugar likes to listen to me in the background while he works on his web design projects and his graphic projects. And Katie is in Detroit. All right. So the Lounge Network, which is Carlos, says that he uses the Creator app heavily. Yeah, because I know you are a mobile first kind of guy, Carlos. You have been since I first met you. So me personally, I like the desktop, but guess what? The mobile app shows you different statistics than you get on the desktop. And you want more information about that? Go to my YouTube video where I show you how to check your stats on the mobile app. And it's DJ Derpy just showed up. Hi, it's DJ Derpy. I'll come back to the chat a little later. Let's just go back over into, and Fraser Ramsey is in the house. Hello, my Scottish friend. All right, so what I want to do now, and we looked at the app already, right? So let's now go into the desktop where you're really going to want to go when you want to create your playlist. You can do something on the phone, you can add to playlists from your phone, but let's go to desktop. Okay, in your video manager, you're going to have a link to go to your playlist, and it's right underneath videos. And then there's a link to the playlist. In fact, let me just make that bigger. Just make sure you guys can see it all. All right. So you'll see here that when you have a playlist, you can edit the videos that are in the playlist, or you can create a new one. Before we create a new one, let's just take a look at editing a playlist. For example, I have this playlist, which is for mobile live streaming apps and tutorials. So let's just go in here and see some of the things that we can do here. For each video that's in this playlist, I should have a short blurb of a description of it. You also can fill out the complete description of the playlist. Now you're limited to a certain number of characters there. So just keep typing until you can't type anymore. Then you know you got to delete something. Okay. So I wanted to have a lot of search visibility for live streaming. Or I could have called this playlist mobile live video, because I see the playlist hasn't gotten many views. That's okay. I'll come back later on. Maybe I will change it right now. I'll change it to live video. Mobile live video apps and tutorials. Let's see, that may bring in more search. But it also would help if I come in here and add more notes for each one of these apps that I have reviewed here on the channel. Now, let me be clear. I think this is a good time for me to stop and say this. You don't have to only put your own videos in playlists. You can make playlists that consist completely of other people's videos, but it's okay. Let's just say you're new to YouTube. You only have 2 or 3 videos. You know, it's not much of a playlist, right? But you want to send a signal to YouTube as well as to your potential subscribers when they land on your YouTube channel page. You want to have some playlists there that are about the topic that you're discussing on your YouTube channel. So that makes sense? So let's just say you started a new channel and you were talking about ceiling fans. How to fix ceiling fans, where to buy ceiling fans, how ceiling fans can cool your room down quicker, whatever. But you only have one video that shows you installing the ceiling fan you bought last week. That's why you got the idea to start a new YouTube channel. Okay? So you go out on YouTube and find some of the best videos. You become a content curator. You know what a curator is? They work back in the day, you used to always talk about a museum, a person who curates content in a museum. You pick the best of the best and you put them in your playlist. I'll give you an example of where I've done that. And it caused me to get a bump in traffic on my channel, but the playlist really consists of videos from other people. And I'll show you that really quickly because I think this is important, because I don't want folks to think, well, I don't have enough videos to make a playlist. That's okay. Make a playlist with other people's videos. It's perfectly fine to do. And the one that I did, I have to go back to my playlist. This is just the one for that particular one, was about Canva. And we'll search for Canva. And what I did was I made a quick Canva tutorial. I'm sorry, I made a quick introduction. I made a quick 30 seconds, maybe, I believe, this introduction to say that, you know, these are the best Canva videos. This playlist has 31,000 views. Now, this little intro is at the beginning of the playlist. So, or maybe it's not right now. I need to put it up there. Move it up to the top. Sorry about that. Okay, there it is, 48 seconds. So I made a 48-second video. I used a tool called Animoto. Maybe I'll do a tutorial about that one day. So I didn't even have to be on cam. I used some images that I had on my computer, put a little music behind it, and bam, made this. And then there's 31 videos in this playlist and 31,000 views. Okay, so this playlist has come up in search from YouTube. Okay, so just want to make that clear before we go into any more about playlists. I just want to make sure you guys understand that, especially when you're just starting out, it makes a lot of sense for you to build playlists so that people, when people come to your channel, and let's just go over to my channel page, because I see there's a lot of folks who come and they ask me questions like, what can I do to build my channel? And I go to their channel and they only have 4 or 5 videos. Well, one thing you can do, of course, is make more videos. But the other thing you could do is create playlists. And so here's why I'm making this suggestion, because when you fill out your channel page, like I said, you're going to give your visitors as well as YouTube a signal about what your channel is going to be about. So here's my channel, and I'm signed in as if I was a visitor. Okay. I'm looking at the view a visitor would see. So right now, if you go over to my channel, you'll see that I'm live. Okay. And then here's a playlist. And then here's another playlist. Okay. More talking about YouTube. And then I decided to change the layout. Instead of going up and down, I'm going horizontally across. So there's another playlist. Then there's the best of. This way I know I'm covering everyone. Then there's a social media play. So this is the importance of playlists, guys. You know, you could have all these playlists on your channel, even when you have a brand new channel. You could have 10, 15 playlists that give people a signal about what it is that you're going to focus on. So even if you don't have a lot of content there, they're in the habit now of coming back to your channel. They're looking at you as being the go-to resource for ceiling fans, right? So let's go into starting a playlist from scratch. And before we do that, though, we do have to acknowledge folks that are in the chat, and it's DJ Derby and Fraser Ramsey. Let's wait a minute. I think there's a couple more. Oops, a couple more folks came in. I'm glad I expanded that chat. Wait, hang on. My peeps are here, y'all. Hold the phone. Gotta say hi to my peeps. Hi, I used one of your video tips and it helped me so much. Thank you. Oh, and Katie is also saying how she loves the Creator Studio app. And Fraser's just saying hi. Super cute Saturday. Yes. You better go check my Instagram, Fraser. And Pam from Oh Natural Aromatherapy saying hi. She's from the Bahamas. So Bahamas in the house. Superhuman you. This is your second or third time coming back. I recently broke down my homepage into playlists and my channel is growing very fast. Absolutely. Superhuman you is another one. And I'm going to use your channel as an example too. Not sure how I feel about other channels' videos on my homepage list. Sure, you should. You should not. Don't fear the competition, because guess what? YouTube is going to be showing folks the competition anyway. But if you've got a playlist there, let's say, why don't you give it a try? Try put some of your underperforming videos in a playlist that has some really hot videos that you know, and they're not from you, right? But they're addressing your topic. Maybe it's one that you haven't talked about before, you know? It's an aspect of your topic you haven't talked about before, but you know this video is getting a ton of traffic. Try putting that in there with some of your other popular videos and maybe one or two that are underperformers, right? You get me, Superhuman You? And see if you start to get some additional pickup in traffic to those other videos. It's not going to hurt you because, like I said, you're going to use other people's videos on topics you haven't covered. How's that sound? Sound like a deal? Patricia says, I was watching on mobile, could not figure out where chat was located. Anyone else have this issue on mobile? Well, on mobile, yeah, it's hidden. It's down at the bottom. So if you don't know, you just won't know. Sorry. And natural Pam is saying I am. So she must be on mobile as well. And Pat, once again, saying this content is great. Maybe make several other playlists and not put it on my homepage. You could do that. You don't necessarily have to put it on your channel page, but Superhuman You, just don't be afraid of the competition. Just do you, boo. Do you. All right, so let's just take a look at Superhuman You's page. Now, I'm going to remember, this is also to remind everybody that's in the chat, please click on those three little dots over on the right-hand side of the chat so you can go and connect with each other. Okay, so now I'm going to have to open up a different window now. So hang tight, my peoples, because y'all know I got a bunch of stuff open now, right? Including I still have the phone up and running. Where am I? Where am I? Okay. I can't miss these muscles and these abs, so I know where I'm at now. Superhuman You. Okay, so let's just take a look at how he's laid out those playlists. He's got his popular uploads, and he has them in the list format, like I mentioned. And then he switches. Now he's got them going horizontally. This is how you make your channel seem like interesting. And boy, you've got all this content. And of course, who doesn't like abs, right? Even fat people love abs. Trust me, I know. You know, even the back that's cut up nice. So when you come to this channel, guys, tell me if you have any doubt in your mind what that channel is about. You don't think that channel is about sailing fans, do you? No. You know what his channel is about. So you want to send that same signal on your YouTube channel. You want people, when they come to your channel, and I see this a lot with folks. For some reason, I've been attracting a lot of folks leaving comments who have like inspirational content. And they have these channel names that are kind of vague. On their channel banner, they're also kind of vague. And it's not really saying what it is they do or what the value is so that people know exactly what the channel is about. I guess they're thinking, well, click on the video and watch the video and then you'll see what I'm about. But people will never make it that far. You got to let them know right up front. And those titles and those playlists on your channel are going to help capture their attention. Okay. And so let's see what else my friends over in the chat have to say here. And then I see Corinder came through, and Patricia turned the phone in landscape and then click the chat option at the top. Oh, really? I never did it that way, Pam. I always have my phone portrait when I'm watching a live stream because, yeah, you're right. When you turn it landscape, it really gets lost. So that could be part of the problem. And then Maverick is telling me I'm the best. Either he's saying that about me or he's saying about Superhuman You. One of us is the best. And Patricia is saying thank you to Pam. So that must have worked for her. And then Corinda's agreeing. And Saranetta Hughes, hi, I need that information. I have motivational Bible channel. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. I love it when I can pass on some so timely and relevant information. Make sure that people know that you are spreading the good word, the gospel, because people may think, oh, this person is just, talking about themselves. If your titles don't send the right signal, and your thumbnails and also your playlists, right? So you want people to know what they're clicking on before they click. Don't you want to know what you're clicking on before you click? So keep that in mind. And it looks like one of my favorite folks is in the chat. Mr. Robert Lewis from Open Mortgage. And he's saying, great info. Thank you very much, Robert. So guys, let's go into actually creating a playlist from scratch. How about that? That sound like a good plan? Okay. All right. All I got to do is remember what screen I'm going to start it off on. And then we're good to go. All right, here we go. We're going to go up, and away. All right, we'll just go to the playlist page. That may give me some direction, because on this playlist page, there's got to be a thing that says new playlist. Oh, no, I'm looking at it as this is how your channel looks to others. So I'm not looking at it as myself, right? So that's not going to work. So let's go up to the top. Oh, here we go. New playlist. So what should I do a playlist about? Let's do a playlist about online video marketing. Okay, so it lines up with my topics that I normally talk about. It could include live video, but it doesn't have to. And I'm making it public. Let's go through the choices here. You could make it unlisted. Maybe you just want to share it with your friends. You don't want everybody seeing it. And if you make it private, basically that means just you will see it. Actually, there is a way in there that you can send other people a private video if you have their YouTube email address. So that sounds like a lot of ifs and maybes, right? So let's not use private videos unless you just want to keep it for yourself. Use unlisted. That way you can send the link to anybody. You don't have to worry about having their email address. Okay. Maybe if you were working with a team, you could make it private because then you know their address. But anyway, so let's just create, we're going to do a public one. All right. So let's go here. And before I even put my own video in here, I'm going to go here and search on YouTube and see what happens when I search for online video marketing tips. Well, I don't know Justice. He came up as #1, but I most certainly know James Wetmore. And even though I know this is an older video because James is not as active as he used to be, I'm going to add it to the playlist. So this is how you do it. You're watching a video. You probably most of the time ignore this big fat add button with the plus, right? So you're going to click that. And of course, my page takes longer to load, so that's okay. And here's the playlist right here at the top. Usually it goes in order of when you last accessed a playlist or created one. So there you go. So now that's added to the playlist. So now I'm going to be like Superhuman You, and I'm not going to just have James Wetmore's videos in my playlist. I'm going to put this one here. Let's see if there's a quick way to do it from here. No, TubeBuddy doesn't give me a quick way to do it from here. You can do it from the back end of any of your videos. Okay, you go to that edit info and settings edit page, and right over here is where you can add it to a playlist. I already have it in that YouTube videos, tutorials, training. You can have videos in more than one playlist, people. Let me say that one more time, because that is contrary to the way it used to be. There used to be a little bit of a restriction, and I'm not going to go into it because it doesn't exist anymore, right? No point in going over that. You can have a video in multiple playlists. I think you probably would run out of playlists before you would run up against the thing that YouTube says, no, you can't put it in anymore. I mean, you probably could have it in like 100 playlists, which of course you're not going to have 100 playlists. Let's be reasonable. Okay. But you can have a video. I would think that for most of us watching, based on the content that I know most of you guys create, you want to have at least 5 playlists. Now, you don't want to put the same video in every playlist. That's one video unless that's your introduction video. Maybe you want to have that in every playlist. I wouldn't do it that way, but I think the point of the playlist is to make it even more hyper focused on a specific topic. Let's use Superhuman You, for example, and that he does exercise videos. So let's say he wants to talk about, I'm going to keep this family friendly, wrist exercises. You got to build up your wrists. We're not going to talk about abs. Talk about wrists, right? So he makes a playlist all about how to strengthen your wrists. Okay? Because he's not going to have 5 playlists about how to strengthen your wrists, but that wrist video may also go in a playlist that's about overall body workouts. You see what I'm saying? So it can be in more than one playlist, but you don't want to overdo it because, first of all, it's going to get you confused. So at this time, I'm just going to ask if anybody has any questions about the playlist, and I'm going to come over into the chat and see what my folks over here are saying. Okay, I think everybody's just saying hi to each other. And Superhuman USA, thanks for the feedback. I made a promise to myself to be super consistent and upload 3 times per week now. Shout out to Superhuman You. I encourage everyone to do the same, to build that community. Yes, you're building your community, and you're also building an amazing library of content. And what will happen is you're going to find out that other people are going to be putting your videos in their playlists. See, Superhuman You, when you see other people doing that, you'll probably feel a little bit more relaxed about putting other people's videos in your playlist. Because you'll feel like, well, let me give back. Somebody's putting my videos in their playlist. Maybe I can put someone else's videos in my playlist. But I think that we should all make at least 1 or 2 playlists that don't even have our videos in them. You can have that little introduction video like I did. But you're also a connoisseur. Because I know I said the word content curator earlier, and that might have went over somebody's head. But I'll say connoisseur. I think everybody knows that. And, it's like tasting fine wine or bourbon or something like that. Oh, no, that's a food term. But you guys know what I mean. It shows that not only do you know what you're talking about, you appreciate the good content that others are making as well. So you talk about community, the community thing goes both ways, right? And I know somebody out there saying amen. Maybe that's Sarah and Janetta. Okay, guys. So look, I want to keep this video short today, and I guess it's probably been 20 minutes. So not short by a lot of other people's standards, but by these live streams I've done standards. So now if you want to continue, and hey, Terry Lee Britton in the house. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite YouTube personalities. And I will be so glad when he graces us with his talented presence. Superhuman You, I'm going to pledge to do the same. I've made some nice curated playlists mixing my own plus other folks really perfect videos. Oh yes, Terry Lee is definitely someone who you guys all want to connect with. So don't forget to go over there and click those 3 little dots and connect with each other, because it is all about community, and I want us to all be connected to one another. Oh, and he says, I'm too kind. Oh, yay. Andrew Hatchett in the house. Oh, I'm so glad I had the chat up. And I missed a comment from Pam is saying, I'm trying, but I'm falling behind during this election season. I will add new playlists of other creators' videos. That's another thing. Great point, Pam. When you're not able to create videos, like right now, Pam is in the throes of the election in the Bahamas. They're electing a new prime minister, and she's heavily involved with the campaign. Okay. So she really just can't make videos right now because she's like working around the clock. Hopefully the election is coming up before we know it, right? It'll be here. I think it's May the 10th. But in the meantime, since she can't make videos, she could make a short little 30-second clip and say, hey, because she has au natural aromatherapy. During these stressful times, during these election times, I want to make sure you guys know the best essential oils to use during this election time. So stay tuned for this playlist I put together just for you, right? 30 seconds. She can do it on her phone. Doesn't take away too much time. She can do that in the morning before she leaves the house, right? To go to the campaign headquarters. And then she curates a playlist, and she can do that throughout the day, going in and adding videos. And then when she's got about 7, 8 videos in there, she starts to share it out. And she'll message me and say, Miss Ileane, can you please share my playlist? And of course I will do so. And okay, guys, any other questions or wonderful ways that you're going to implement what we just talked about? How are you going to tighten up maybe some of those playlists? Like, for example, Terry said that he's got playlists and he's curated. Have you taken the time, Terry, to go in and put a little description into each and every video that is on your playlist? I know that's a tall task because I haven't even done it myself, but I know that's one thing that I can do to make sure my playlists have all those keywords, make it as keyword rich as possible. Okay, let's go over to one of the playlists that I put together recently, and you'll see I'm slacking. I am slacking here. Let's get over here. I just put this, only have 3 videos in this playlist, right? And I just started it on April the 7th. And you see, I only got 1 view, right? Oh, these videos that are in this playlist are all mine, and they're all getting good views. But guess what I haven't done? I haven't bothered to go in here and click add and edit notes and write some notes here to give YouTube a little bit more keywords so that they know what this playlist is about. I haven't even added a description of the playlist. All right, so I can go in here and edit. I'm not going to do it right now. Okay, but believe me, I'm writing myself a note. No, it's in the video, so I'll definitely remember to do that when I do the closed captions for this video. I'll remember that I need to come in here and write live streaming from your desk. And then I'll say some more stuff. I'll come back later and say more stuff, right? But for now, at least I have that in there. And I'm sure I have more videos to put into this playlist. And this is a time because everybody's talking about live streaming. All the YouTube gurus, my buddies. Let's give some shout outs to some of my buddies. We got Nick Nimmin and Daryl Eves and Roberto Blake and Tim Schmoyer and Owen Video or Owen Himsaf and Herbert Drost. They're all talking about live streaming. So why can't I mix all their videos? And they're all my friends. And, you know, we all learn from each other. Brian G. Johnson. I don't know how I forgot to say his name. The last few YouTube tips I learned from Brian G. Johnson. And so here, let's see what else my friends are over here saying. How do you keep from driving your subscribers crazy with notices when you start editing and republishing your videos and playlists? I do not have my settings set. It's a fantastic question, Andrew. Love you to pieces, honey. In deep and dark and back into your YouTube settings. And I said that only to lead up to the fact that I might not be able to find that page right now, but I'm going to try my best. There is a page on your YouTube settings where you control when people get a tweet when you add something to a playlist. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be under channel and advanced. No, I think there might be something that's just called settings. I know it's hard to navigate to this. Here we go. Notifications. Nope, that's the notifications they send me. Bear with me, folks. Connected accounts. All right, we're cooking with gas now. This is the screen. As a matter of fact, it's called account sharing. I did a video and a blog post about this, but it's always hard to find that setting. Notice how I don't have notifications turned on for any of this stuff. So I have my Twitter account connected, but I don't tweet out when I upload a video. I don't tweet out when I add a video to a playlist, or when I like a video, or when I save a playlist, because Andrew is 100% right. You will annoy the heck out of folks when you go to set up that new playlist, or you leave here and you're like, I'm going to take action on what Miss Ileane said. I'm going to set up 16 playlists. And then when you don't have any subscribers, you're going to be like, well, I don't have any subscribers now. It's not going to be my fault, man. Go in there and turn off all those notifications. Then if you want, you can turn them back on if you know that you're not going to be making playlists all the time, right? But I have them off because, although I love when you guys tweet out when you like one of my videos or you add one of my videos to a playlist, I know that when I get in the mood to start creating playlists, my Twitter followers and so forth are not going to like to get notified every single time. So let's see if there's any reaction from the chat about that. Thanks for putting up with me finding that place. Okay, and so Terry Lee is watching the Bahamian elections too. He said he's definitely added lots of description stuff. Oh, Terry Lee, you are the bee's knees. And Jazzy Puppet, hey, lady. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that we can control the Twitter like that. I'm going to do it right now. Yes. I love it when people take action. I'm not talking about tweets, just the regular updates to your channel. Andrew, I'm not getting any notifications that saying that people, it's in the privacy settings section. Okay. Let's bring that up. All right. And I thought that wasn't the right one. So let's go in there. Let's go in there. YouTube is like a maze. It's like going into the catacombs or something, right? Okay. So likes and subscriptions. I keep all this stuff private. Keep my subscriptions private. My saved playlist private. My like videos private. And then there's the activity feed. Decide if you want to post your public actions to your activity feed. See, I don't have any of that checked off. Add video to a playlist. So you guys may want to check these two things. The connected accounts. Actually, the URL is account sharing. I'm going to give you guys this URL because I want everybody in the chat to have it. And then I'll later on put it in the video as well. And the privacy, because it's not that easy to get over here to these two pages. And like I said, it's like going through the catacombs. It's like the maze of discovery of YouTube. And that's why I'm here. The answer? I had my friends. Thank God for friends. Terry Lee Britton came through with the answer. Andrew came through with a fantastic question, because that could make you guys all mad at me if you come back and say, everybody's mad at me because I keep making playlists. Ta-da! See, my work here is done. And this is what community is all about. Thank you guys so very much for joining. And speaking of communities, remember that you can become a part of the community over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Ileane. That's Ileane. And I will see you guys next week for sure. You might even wind up seeing me in between now and then, but next weekend for sure, because I've been putting out a new video every weekend without fail. And God willing, there will be another one next weekend. So I thank you so much for coming. One more last look at the chat because I saw something come up out the corner of my eye. Good thing I have a little peripheral vision, but not good enough to read. And so Terry Lee said, glad to be of help naturally, what goes around, etc. That's right. That's how the community grows. And Andrew saying thanks. And because, that's something that he probably has been a little perplexed with, like, I'm not going to take action on this thing because it's going to send out a notification to everybody. And now, you can just create play. You'll be up until 2:00 this morning creating playlists, won't you, Andrew? Guys, thanks so much for coming. Love you guys, and I'll see you for sure next weekend. This is Ileane from IleaneSmith.com signing off. Peace.